Hi everyone, this is Julianne Victoria. Welcome to the channel. This is our weekly reading for the week of April 28th, 2025. Let's see if the energy has shifted, see if it's still carrying through from the last couple of weeks, but really the last couple of months. For this week of April 28th, 2025. Okay, so when I was trying to decide what deck to use, I was just feeling like, I don't know, I'm not feeling any like significant or very clear energy, and I just kept thinking, I don't know. So I picked the Wild Unknown Tarot for this week's reading. Okay, see what we get. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. And for those who are new, I do show all the cards and tell you the positions at the bottom of the deck. So a deeper underlying message is the Ace of Wands, which I feel like it's saying there's a new beginning coming, or new energy. And new energy meaning where there has been no energy in your life, or you feel like the energy hasn't been flowing, or maybe you've just feeling like you haven't had energy. It's coming, but you may not feel it this week. I also just heard there's a clear out and then a rebuilding coming. Okay, very interesting. All right, so I'm doing my mini cross spread as usual. The first card we have, so the first card that represents us or the viewer this week, I do include myself, we have the High Priestess. So trust your intuition. This could be for some to, if you're feeling you needed to get a reading, a personal reading from someone. It could be listen to many readings out there, do your own reading, but most importantly, listen to your intuition. Also trust those gut feelings, which I don't equate with intuition. To me, they're two different things. Trust your inner guidance. And for those of you who you work with guides or angels, work with that energy to help see you through. So remember last week, if you watched last week's reading, at the end I said we're still in the throughness. And I was referencing a reading from a few weeks before, I can't remember the date now, where I said the title was The Only Way Out is Through. We're still in the throughness. But the light at the end of the tunnel is getting brighter. It's coming. That energy is coming. We see it. We may feel it. We may intuit it. But we're still in it. And we need to trust our inner guidance, our guides, our intuition, whatever works for you, to navigate through the darkness. Through wherever there is darkness, meaning no energy, unsuredness, unknownness, feeling the unknown. We won't know what is unknown. That's why I was feeling that energy. We won't know what is unknown yet. We may get glimpses, we may get hints, but we need to trust whatever for you is your intuitive spiritual guidance through those dark parts of the tunnel, of the throughness. Okay, I hope that makes sense. All right. So the next card we have is the card that lays across us as the High Priestess, and we get Strength. So we have two major arcanas at the center of the cross here, which to me is very, very important, very significant. So Strength surrounds us. So number one, of course, Strength card is patience. We need to be patient with those around us, people in our environment, our communities, what's going on out in the world. We need to be patient. That doesn't necessarily mean not act and not do things that you feel you need to do, that you're guided to do. But it is be patient. So it's very quiet energy at the center of the cross, us and what surrounds us. Now, this can also be our challenge, and patience is usually very challenging for most people. But be patient. this could be take some time this week to do some reflection, some meditation, some looking within, tapping into your intuition, tapping into connecting to your guides, your angels, whatever it might be. Or also, reaching out and seeking that reading. I just heard sit tight. Sit tight. We're getting there. Okay. Now, crowning the reading in the mind position, we have the Six of Cups. So this is what's on our mind. And Six of Cups refers to, the past of this life. Sometimes it could be past lives. But I really like it's thinking about where we've come from. So I love this deck where the roots are colored. And you could turn this card upside down. Where we've come from. What, the colored part. What we're aware of, what we're becoming aware of from our past in general, or, a past in a relationship, if this is speaking about a relationship, or whatever area of life this is speaking about to you. We are thinking about the past, what was, what our roots are, where we've come from, how we got to where we are now. And I don't feel like this is energy of being stuck on the past in any way. It's about reflecting and learning from revisiting those experiences. Like, what can we learn about ourselves from understanding where we've come from? So that kind of adds to the quiet energy of our High Priestess and Strength card. Now below, in the physical realm, we have the Mother of Pentacles, which would be the Queen of Pentacles. We have the deer and her fawn. I'm just, self-care. Take care of yourself. It's really the fawn. Take care of yourself. Now, in relation to this Six of Cups in the mind position and the fawn, which is stronger in this card for me with this reading, it could be healing from childhood, healing from the past, but healing from the childhood or when you were much younger, and understanding through this review, reflection, through that learning, we take care of ourselves and we heal. So self-care, whether that is more psychological, emotional healing, or it's in the physical realm, take some time for you, take an extra nap. It doesn't mean you have to go to a spa and spend hundreds of dollars. It can just be, take a hot bath one day, soak, relax, journal, take an extra nap, eat well, be patient, and tap into your intuition. Yeah, quiet energy while we wait for what is unknown to become known. And of course, we don't know what is unknown until it's known. All right. Now, the next two cards, the past and the future, are very interesting because they're sort of like the darkness of the throughness of seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. It's like the tunnel is on both sides of us. So in the past, I'm going to hold these up together. We have the 10 of Swords. And in the future, we have the 9 of Swords. It's decreasing, right? 10 leading to 9. It's decreasing. You could say, depending on what this is connecting to in your life, that the worst is over. 10 of Swords is in the past. It could also mean we've had to cut something out or make a huge release of something. And I just saw the image of cutting cords. Very esoteric reading. Of course, tarot's esoteric, but very esoteric reading this week. Some of us may have done cord cutting rituals or release rituals, or it's something that you might be doing, have been thinking about doing, that you may do at the beginning, towards the beginning of this week. Slashing something out. But again, this could just be the most difficult part of this throughness, whatever that is for you, is past. The future is the 9 of Swords. Not great, but less than the 10 of Swords. And yeah, we need to see what is oozing out of us. I know it's kind of a gross image, right? But it's this stuff is oozing out of this. Worms and eyeballs, and it's like a claw, and yeah. we need to see through this process of connecting with ourselves, our intuition deeper, listening to our guides, whomever that may be, being patient with what's going on around us or people around us, reflecting, reviewing of the past so that we can learn about ourselves. Yes, you may learn about other people and things, but the important thing here is what we learn about ourselves, taking care of ourselves, healing something from the past or childhood if that applies to you, and see what else oozes out. So this could be sort of like a little bit of shadow work as well. It also feels very cathartic and healing, so more release energy. It may cause some sleepless nights. It may create some very interesting dreams, and especially with the High Priestess here, write those down, put a journal by your bed. What oozes out of us will free us. Okay, so then we have my 3 extra cards on the future. And this feels like what comes from the oozing. Okay, so we have the 5 of Wands. Yeah, it'll be easier to get stuff done, which is interesting. Now, I call this my chore card. We'll get things done that maybe this is part of what becomes known, that was unknown, that we didn't know we needed to get done. But we will more easily, doesn't mean it'll be easy, get things done. The awareness of things that need to get done, whether that's internal or external. And then we have the 8 of Cups. Yeah, more release. Leaving stuff behind and realizing, I don't want that in my life. I don't want this relationship. I don't want this job. I don't want this friendship. I don't want this attitude. I don't want this perspective. I don't want, this negativity. Maybe you did before and it was fine, but now you don't. So whatever oozes out of us makes it clear what we need to do and what else we need to leave behind. Yeah, lots of clearing out energy. Okay. And then we have the 3 of Cups. And from all that, maybe next week, probably beyond next week, we'll be able to sit back, relax with a few friends, talk to someone, talk to ourselves, maybe in a journal, and really connect to our emotions and what is truly meaningful to each of us in our lives. Okay. Wow. All right. That is our reading for this week of April, 28th, 2025. Thank you everyone for being here. Let me know how this plays out for you in the comments below, and I'll see you back here next week.